Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signore, and sorry for the late review here. Usually I get these out before the weekend, but I lost my internet yesterday. Couldn't get it up, and I kind of didn't want to ruin this movie for a lot of you because look, I went in really hoping this would be fantastic. I am a huge Pixar fan. When I first heard the pitch from Dan Scallion about this film, Onward, I got emotional and verklempt just hearing it. The story, as he told it, was about his own father, who we never met. And when he was little, after never meeting him, he found this audio tape of listening to his father's voice. And that was sort of the inspiration for this movie. And that was just like, oh God, Pixar, the loss of the father and growing up and kids. I was just like, oh God, I got to bring all the Kleenexes. And yeah, I just didn't work for me. I'm sure it's going to work for some. I'm sure if you've lost a father recently, or parents, you're going to be more emotional in this for sure. But overall, I don't know. It just didn't click with me. I'm going to try and break down my thoughts as to why. No spoilers. I really want to talk about the ending, but I won't. But we'll talk about that at some other point. Let's basically go through what you guys sort of already know or don't know. The film stars Ian and Barley, voiced by Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. And together they're really cute. They're brothers. They're elfin brothers that are, he's the younger brother. Chris Pratt, Barley is the older brother and sort of a big goofball. Ian's definitely very nervous in life. Clearly is very sad he never got to meet his father. And the two sort of he's sort of embarrassed by him, and Barley's big and lovey, and they've never met their dad. We get to meet their mother, Laurel, who's played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who's now dating this, what is his name? I forget his name in the movie, but he's a Minotaur cop. And then they get this, on his 16th birthday, they get this staff gift that their dad relieves this note. It starts off really cute of just like the premise of this world we live in is that magic used to exist. This is how the opening of the movie begins. Magic used to exist, and then people were doing spells. And then eventually they got lazy of doing the spell, learning how to do the spell to turn the lights on, and instead developed the light bulb. And so it's a very clever premise in the beginning of the movie. It starts really strong where you have all these amazing like ideas of just like, what about a world of magic that gets lazy of doing magic? And I really did enjoy that. And then you fast forward and they've basically created a city like the one we live in. Instead of using their wings to fly around, they just jump on airplanes. They drive around, etc. That's sort of the fun. It's a world of magic that's forgotten that there's magic. Cute premise, good idea, visually stunning, gorgeous animation, cool characters, and that's the world we live in. So as Ian and Barley then are sort of live in this world, they get this gift, this staff, and it's a gift from their father that basically, as the trailers show, will allow them to spend one last day with their father so he can see what they've grown up to be, and to also prove that there's still magic left in the world. So again, starts off beautifully. I'm like, yeah, oh God, it's going to be great. And then what happens, as the trailer shows, is he comes back as half a person. It's just weird. It's just weird that there's this crotch walking around the whole movie. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like make it creepy. Like they don't make it creepy, but it's just weird watching this dude's crotch me around the whole time. And I don't know. Why the top half? They couldn't at least like given him arms too, or like up to his belly, or one arm. It's just weird. His feet, legs, and his crotch. That's what we get to watch. Is he comes back to me, and he can't hear him apparently, so he keeps tapping their toes, and there's a cute like moment like there, where you're like, "Aw," and you realize he's there, but he doesn't really know he's there. But he does. It's confusing. But they realize, well, crap, we messed this up. We got to go figure out how to get one of these stones to go live him to see him one more time before the day is up. And so the movie then very quickly becomes a road trip movie. And it's after they sort of bring him back halfway there. There's a little bit of a weekend Bernie's where they stuff some stuff on him, and it doesn't make any sense how the stuff stays on, but whatever. We're in a cartoon movie, but usually Pixar's a little smarter than some of the stuff they do. Anyway, they give him a leash and they sort of cart him around. And there's a couple of really fun sequences. I loved this one. There's a sequence where he's got to sort of use, as we go along, Ian is trying to attempt to do magic. And there's this moment where he has to believe in himself and cross this bridge and create these invisible steps. And it's definitely a really stunning and exciting sequence in the movie. And the movie has a few of them. I'll be honest. It's not like I'm not panning this movie. The movie is beautiful. Like I said, a lot of really cool supporting characters and sequences. But all in all, it just, I don't know. It didn't, I wasn't as invested as I thought I would be. Like I liked Tom Holland's performance. Chris Pratt is fine. He's kind of the annoying brother that you come to love. And then Ian sort of Tom Holland does some better performing in this. But if I'm going to compare sort of voice, I liked Tom Holland, and as did my kids, a lot better in the film from Christmas with Will Smith, Spies in Disguise, which I didn't review, but was a really fun kids movie, family movie. A lot of action, great message, fun sequences, creative twists. I really liked Spies in Disguise more than this as an adventure movie, as a sort of a buddy cop movie in a weird way. This one turns into a glorified D&D campaign. It really feels like you're playing Dungeons & Dragons. Barley is a Dungeons & Dragons player, and it's sort of fun because he uses these cards. This is all stuff. It's all very early. I'm not spoiling anything. It's just plot basics. So if you don't want to hear plot points, then tune out. But he uses these sort of D&D cards that he says are based on real magic because the world used to be magic. So all the D&D game that he plays, like with his figurines and stuff, is all based off of what's apparent, what they think is real. So it's again, fun premise, cool idea. I love the idea of the sort of D&D campaign world, fantasy world. It never fully clicked for me. I was really trying. I went in super jazzed. I was ready to cry, ready to do everything. And the movie just sort of moves along in sequences of beat to beat, getting to an ending that you expect, and then never really delivered for me the tears or the sort of finale that I hoped. I saw a lot of people talking about, the third act's great. I got a lot of problems with the third act. And I'm not going to spoil it here, but man, it really left a bad taste in my mouth. And so, and I just wanted to cry, as weird as that is. I wanted to cry. I wanted to be emotional at the end of this movie. Of all the movies, I was like, of course this one's going to break me. And it just never broke me. And I just can't imagine. I don't understand why. I'm a fan of Dan Scallion. I'm one of the few people that loved Monsters University. Didn't love it the first time. I liked it. And then my kid loved it. My kid loved this one. And I ended up watching it 100 times. And usually a movie I watch 100 times, I just lose all interest and I'm dozed out on my phone. But Monsters University, I'm telling you, we go back, it is a really sweet, fun movie. Great sequences, great buildup of the characters, good messaging, beautifully animated. It is a really, I think, underrated Pixar movie. It's just, see it as the sequel, and I would argue Monsters Inc. is definitely better just because you got that whole moment with Boo, and sort of the overall creative concept is really brilliant. But as those go, it's a very solid origin chapter to those characters that we love, and it keeps it very fun and sweet. So I really liked Monsters University, and I really liked Dan Scallion. As I was excited going into this, so excited. That story he told at Comic-Con about losing his father and the tape. There's a moment where they do that sequence in the film, and it's probably one of the most emotional scenes there is. Sort of all that buildup with Tom Holland of the father and stuff. There are emotional moments. Look, I know there are going to be people who get emotional in this movie, but I didn't. I didn't love the finale. I didn't love the adventure. It was okay. It was a very, I guess what I'm getting at is I just have now come to expect more from Pixar. They have set the bar so high that I expect it to be better. And, usually now sometimes Pixar's coming in hot with like, here's the awesome movie, or they're coming in with Finding Dory, right? And it's like, we're getting a couple money, but there's going to be a couple good sequences. Like, 'cause even Finding Dory had that end with the seashells. Finding Dory, completely unnecessary movie. Didn't really like it. Thought it was just forced and stupid. And sort of, again, Dory didn't make any sense because does she remember things or does she not? But even at the end of Dory, they got me with that seashell part. It was great. And there's some fun sequences with the squid driving the car. As silly and sort of unnecessary as it was, it still manages to sort of feel like a big Pixar movie. And this one does try to go big with this great universe, but it still feels sort of small overall. It just never, I don't know, it never gets its stride going for me. It's all these little minor sequences in a much bigger world that seemed more interesting than the sequences gave us. It felt like the premise was greater than the pieces in it, sadly. And it never, and there was a lot more to that world I would have probably rather gone and watched than the adventure that we went on. And that's, to me, the downfall of this film. Now, is it, worst Pixar movies? No. It's still a notch above a lot of other family films, but it's just not one that I am dying to see again. I'll watch it again on Disney Plus, I'm sure, with my kid. But as Pixar movies go, they hold a special place in my heart. This one failed to go there. So, again, disappointed. Again, I'd give it like a 2.5, maybe if I'm feeling generous, out of 5. I'm not panning this movie, but I'm being a little harsher on this movie because I expect this to be great. Sonic the Hedgehog. I liked it more. I liked Sonic. I gave it a really positive glowing review, but that one hit me weirdly. I had more fun with it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It could have been my whatever state I was in, but my kids and I liked that one better. It was just more fun. Simpler. This one, I went in expecting more, and it didn't deliver more. And then it's hard for me to also explain how disappointed I was in the ending because I don't want to spoil it for you. But that's another reason why I'm a little sour on the movie. So when it's all said and done, let's have a spoiler chat about it. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Leave them down in the comments below, or hit me up on social media if you want to privately talk about the movie. I'm happy to share that. I want to share, but I don't want to share it yet. The spoiler alert.